I've been out of my head, can't get out of bed, too much on my brain.
Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today I am setting my bullet journal up for the month of July and then also showing you all of my completed pages from June. So I can't believe we are already at July, but of course time just always flies, and I feel like we're always making a new bullet journal spread. So let's get going with the June flip through. So if you didn't see my June plan with me, I did this beautiful picture on my iPad on the app Procreate of Cappadocia and all of the beautiful hot air balloons. So this is kind of the color scheme that I was going for this month, and to be honest, it kind of just changed a lot. I began by using quite a few colors, and then some spreads I limited it to just pink, some to just red. This one I have also incorporated blue and gold, so it was a little bit all over the place, and to be honest, it wasn't my all-time favorite theme. I thought the hot air balloons were cute, but I think the color scheme just wasn't the greatest choice, and reflecting on this to look forward to the future, I will definitely stick with maybe like 1 or 2 colors, which is what I ended up doing for July, just to make things a little bit more cohesive. But here are some of my weekly spreads. As you can see, I used a lot of different Pinterest photos, which is always fun to do once in a while to glue in, and then it also makes it a little bit more collagey and just changes things up a bit. And then also I used a bunch of these craft paper sticky notes, which I purchased from Amazon.
So long since I wrote a sad song, sunshine on my face, I'm feeling.
And next up is actually creating July's spreads. So I'm going to begin by making the cover page. So I'm using this watercolor. This is I think a koi watercolor set that I purchased from Michael's, and I'm going in with some pinks, yellows, and oranges for my background for this. I wanted to keep this cover page pretty simple, and I also knew that I wanted to incorporate the use of scrapbook paper just to make the colors a little bit more bold, and then so that I was able to make the colors scheme a little bit more cohesive throughout the entire thing. So here I have a piece of yellow scrapbook paper, and I traced out a circle, and I'm making this sunshine kind of having its beams throughout the page. I was out of a glue stick just like I was last month, so I had to use this white glue, which was really unfortunate, but I just glued out all of these pieces onto the paper, let it dry, cut them off, and then I'm writing out July at the bottom after I measured it, making sure that it was in the center, and then added some little starry doodle things in the background with a white Posca paint pen, and then I glued it into my bullet journal. So despite its simplicity, I think it's a really nice cover page, and different from like my typical iPad or like detailed watercolors that I usually do.
Like a happy child of washing grow out of only sea, butterflies down my stomach.
I wanted to do something extra special for the calendar, so I am doing like this French door. I think that's like the correct term for it. I'm using this yellow Tombow marker kind of for everything, so you can see it in the top left hand corner here. And I just made this calendar so part of it was like it can fold over so that there's a background on the other page, and on that background I put the letters for July with some scrapbook paper, and then it wrote the days of the week at the top. On the back side of the little flap thing of the calendar, I have a to-do list, and then also beside that I have an expense tracker. So I made all of these stickers on my iPad on the app Procreate, and they are so cute, and then I printed them off on sticker paper to use throughout this entire month, and I think this will be great to keep the theme continuous, and also they were just a lot of fun to draw. So I stuck those onto the page, and then I decided for my little doodly things I'm going to do some sunshines, and I ended up using a thicker marker a little bit later, which you'll see. So I'm just gluing on my July pieces and then writing out all of the days of the week on the calendar. This is a black Muji gel pen, my favorite pen of all times, and could not recommend it enough.
All the flowers in my garden never look child of watched them grow out of only seed.
And for the boxes of the calendar that are not associated with July, I am just coloring them in with different yellow colors. And looking back on this, I think I should have just stuck with one color. So like, for example, this yellow is a little bit too lemony or like highlightery for the scheme that I was going for, but that's all right. I think in the end it turned out fine, and I'm just writing June on there with some cursive. So I'm just filling up the page now to make it nice and busy, which is definitely the maximalist look that I like to go for in all of my spreads. So I'm doing so with different stickers. So all of these little sunshine stickers were so fun to use, and I also have like a really cute corner sun sticker over here that you can see. And then I'm just gluing on all of my letters for July and filling in the page as much as possible.
Wish they also feel all this energy. Look in my eyes, what do you see? Feel like we're only meant to be. All of my life, where have you been? 'Cause you're the only thing I need. The only thing I need.
So once that calendar was done, I'm just flipping over the page to make my first weekly spread. I've kind of given up at this point on other fancy bullet journal spreads just because it's not really suiting my lifestyle right now. So a calendar and weekly spreads, it's pretty much all that I am doing at the moment. That might change, but for now, that's it. On the edge of the paper, I have this little wavy line that I outlined in yellow, and I'm adding a sticker to that corner. This scrapbook paper that I used for the letters on the previous page, I am ripping and gluing on the paper just to add some extra texture. And I think this is always a fun way to incorporate a little bit more color, and just looks more scrapbooky, and more maximalist in the style that I prefer. So I am just adding those on, and then of course you have to layer everything. So I'm playing around with the placement of these stickers, washi tape, and other things like that. And here I'm writing out July and some calligraphy with the yellow Tombow marker that I showed previously, just at the bottom over here. And then I'm writing some little music notes around the bottom over here on the sticker, adding another sticker at the top. And the font for all of the days of the week is like this bubble letter type of look. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but I'm doing this with my black Muji gel pen, and ignore the very ugly band-aid on my arm. It's a cat scratch, so yeah. Just had to make a little preview in this video, of course.
Living in your arms as years go by. It's easier to find. Easier.
And one of my staples for my weekly spread is to create a spot to make a weekly to-do list. So that's what I'm doing right here. My wrist is like in the way, so here you go. Now you can see it. But then in the background, I'm just coloring it in with the yellow Tombow marker. I love this. It keeps me super organized and kind of on track to make sure that I'm getting everything completed that I need to for the week ahead, and also to make sure that I'm spending my days doing things that I want to do, and that even if like it's a structured thing, I'm completing those structured things that I enjoy doing, if that makes any sense. I'm writing out all of the dates with a Tombow marker, and then of course adding some more doodles. These doodles include little sunshines, and I'm also making the sunshines with the yellow marker. So I'm just filling in the page a bit more with more washi tape, more stickers, more doodles, and that is the completed page. And then here is the final flip through for July. There's very few spreads at this point, but I'll continue to make weekly spreads and any other spreads that I desire throughout the month. But I would love to know in the comments what theme you are doing for July if you bullet journal. It's always interesting to see what other people are doing and how creative other people are as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any other future bullet journaling or art journaling videos.